Hey, what's up, YouTube? I wanted to do a video on my thoughts about the Philando Castile shooting because, to be honest, I can't quit thinking about it. It bothers me so much. It's just a real tragic death. What happened to the guy? He was basically, from what everyone has said, that he is just a stand-up, amazing guy. Like, he'd never been in trouble for anything. He worked in a school cafeteria. That kids called him Mr. Rogers with dreads. He go around giving all the kids fist bumps, like, what's up, buddy? Um, just being real friendly with the kids. And I mean, this case. Uh, I mean, unless you've been like living under a rock, he got shot by a police officer. And I just want to say, I support the police. The majority of police are great people. They really are. They save lives and everything, but they have to be held accountable for when they do something messed up like this. So the guy gets killed. He gets pulled up. The story, or how it went, was they already put out the dash cam photo, or video. He gets pulled over because he had a broken tail light. The cop comes over and is like, "Hey, can you show me your registration and ID?" Like they always do. And he gives him his registration card, and he goes to grab his wallet out of his pocket, and he tells the guy, he's like, "Sir, I just have to let you know I have a firearm." And I mean, he had a permit to carry the gun or a firearm or whatever. So he's like, "Well, okay." And he's like, "Well, don't reach for it." The cop says, like, "Don't reach for it." And then Philando says something like, "Well, I have to because I assume the gun was in." I'm not 100% sure, but I think the gun was in the same pocket as his wallet. So he was trying to say, like, "I have to because it's in the same pocket as my wallet." And I think before he could even finish the sentence, the cop went crazy, like, "Don't reach for it!" And he pulls out his gun and shoots the guy 7 times and kills him. And yeah, so this went to court, and the son of a bitch got there were 3 charges against him. One was for second-degree manslaughter, which I guess is okay. I feel like it could have been first-degree manslaughter because, but I mean, whatever. I guess it makes sense why it wasn't murder because he didn't like go out and intentionally try to. I mean, he did, but it was kind of like a in the moment sort of thing. It wasn't like planned or anything like that. So I guess manslaughter was appropriate, but I feel like it could have been first. But anyways, there was that, and then there was endangering the life of the other people in the car because there was he had a 4-year-old girl in the back, which was his girlfriend's daughter. So basically, his daughter is like his, basically his kid, and he's got his girlfriend in the car. Why in the hell would he take a gun and shoot the officer? There is absolutely only an idiot would believe that he would do that. When he even said, "Sir, I just have to let you know I have a gun," and he had a permit for the gun. So yeah, there was that. And then there's the people that are gonna say, "Well, what if he had the gun in his hand? I couldn't you understand if he had the gun? He was holding the gun pointed at him." Well, here's the thing: when the ambulance showed up to help the guy, which he was basically pretty much dead already at that point because he'd been shot like 7 times. Like, why do cops always think they have to shoot to kill on every occasion? It just pisses me off. But yeah, when they took his body out of the car, the gun was still in his pocket. So how in the hell would he have already taken the gun out of his pocket and pointed at him? No, he didn't. He was maybe reaching for it, but he hadn't even pulled it out at that point when the son of a bitch shot him and killed him. So you have this, everybody's thinking that, oh yeah, man, this is for sure going to be a conviction on this guy, or they'll at least get him for something, This guy gets off scotch-free, and for the only The only defense he had was he feared for his life or some bullshit like that. He's like, I feared for my life. Oh, they got the guy. Even after the guy he kills Philando Castile, he starts going crazy. Starts breathing really hard. Fuck, man. Oh, God. He's acting crazy. It's like, you're not the one that got shot. You just shot somebody. Why are you freaking out like a nut job? Like you're so scared. And then they get him up on the stand in the trial. And he's like, he starts crying. I feared for my life. Like a bitch. This guy, there's no way that, if he's that scared about being a police, about something like that, he shouldn't be a police officer. He's a nut. He's a nut. And it's absolutely ridiculous that this guy got off. Each one of these cases is different. They're not all the same, for certain. That's true. There's some that have come out in the past couple of years where the officer, in my opinion, had a perfectly legit reason to use the force that they did, or I forgot what the word was, or lethal force, yeah. But not this. This is ridiculous. I can understand why people are just so pissed off, and it's like, you have to hold police accountable for these things. And the defense attorney said he did what he had to do to protect himself. That's his number one job, is to protect himself. I'm like, bullshit. Police's number one job is to protect us. It's not to protect them. That's why they take the job. And if you can't handle the job, don't be a police officer. I respect police officers greatly, but this is ridiculous at this point. It's obvious that this guy should be in jail. He shouldn't have been in jail for like life or anything, but the max he could have gotten for this was 10 years, and maybe he shouldn't have even gotten that. Maybe like, I don't know, 5. I'm just guessing. Maybe he should have gotten 10. I don't know, but he doesn't get anything. This is the disgrace to the justice system, and it's just ridiculous. Police should be held accountable for, it's obvious. And there's plenty of amazing police officers, but you can't just always presume that they're innocent just because they're a police officer. And that's what keeps happening, and I'm tired of it. And I'm a conservative. I consider myself a conservative person, but this is ridiculous. We have to come together, and there has to be accountability for this, or you're going to have cops just walking down the street, take their gun out, shoot somebody just walking down the sidewalk. I felt threatened. Just shooting people for no reason. You have to have accountability. Okay, I'm done. Peace.